To develop our key skills.
To develop our key skills.
Managerial skills.
Okay, managerial skills. Thank you. Any other answers?
Sir,
Come on, sure.
so it helps to develop a career.
It helps to develop your career. Okay, good. Come on, I want more answers to this.
Sir,
Sure.
it increases our communication skills to talk to people and organize.
It improves your communication skill generally, right?
Yes.
It helps you improve the communication skill. Okay, very good.
To be professionals.
To be professionals, very good. So it's going to transform you into professionals. Good. Any other answers?
Get rid of introvert traits.
Get rid of introvert traits. Okay, I think a psychologist can do that. But sure, a good answer, definitely. It will bring the real you in you, am I right? It will give you the opportunity to come out. Very good answer. If you can speak up the answer, I'll really appreciate it rather than typing as a text. Any other answers you have? Because this is a very important question and very important answer.
Sir.
Tell me, please.
Improve problem solving skills.
Can you always add your name before you speak? It will be greatly helpful.
Nandana.
Very good, Nandana. Improve your problem handling skills. Very good. Definitely, most definitely, no doubt. Anything else? Good. We have a large basket of answers. I want you to understand basically any MBA program, whether it is MBA, whether it's executive MBA, whether it's PGDM, anything is intended. What is it? Can you please repeat? I think someone has to go on mute. No issues. Good. So MBA basically is going to give you 4 key aspects. The first is it's going to help you improve your ability to handle people, to manage people. That element involves your professionalism, your communication skill, your ability with interpersonal skill, bringing the introvert out of you. Everything comes under that bracket. It's going to help you understand how to influence, how to manage, how to control, how to bring the best out of people. So that is the first element MBA is going to take care of. The second element is how to manage business. MBA will teach you all the facets of a business. What is the marketing sphere? What is the finance? What is the domain you're dealing with? What is the labor? What is the capital? Everything. What are the policies related to business? What is your larger goal? So it helps you understand how to manage a business. It gives you all the dimensions of running business. That is the second element of MBA. And the third element of MBA is how to manage the financial aspects. MBA gives you insight into how to efficiently manage your resources, how to do the finance, how to manage the money input, the cash flow, how to manage the surplus funds, how to reinvest, how to improve the financial stability of organization, how to raise funds. Every aspect of finance, MBA gives you a touch view of it. These 3 elements are the basics of economics. That is called land, labor, and capital. You all are aware of it. But there is one element which most of the MBA people forget about. And that one element is unavoidable. As an MBA student, don't miss on this one element. And that element is called MBA helps you understand technology. MBA is not just about managerial aspects. It was till the 20th century, but now it's no more just about managerial science. You have to understand, you have to incorporate technology into your daily operations. So the 4 aspects is the fundamental land, labor, capital, plus the unavoidable technology. Till 19th century or the start of 20th century, the economy was driven by fuel. Fuel was like the key aspect of any economy. But now the key aspect of any economy is technology. unless and otherwise you incorporate the necessary technical skills, you can't be a good manager. So in presentation, all students I talk about, when you speak about presentation skills, they come about the dress code, the professionalism, the PowerPoint presentation style, the communication, the confidence, the eye contact, all these points they come up with, but they don't touch the technological aspect. This is very important. So in any beautiful presentation, have I shown you the optical illusion picture? Have I shown you that? In my first class, did I show you that? Can any student answer that? An optical illusion kind of a picture where you have to concentrate for some? No. So I'll do that right away. I'll share my screen and I want to do a small activity with you people. I think if the host can allow me to share my screen, I'll be more than happy. Thank you. Okay, I think everybody will be able to watch my screen now. So I think this picture is very clear. I think most of you are used to this picture. This is a very simple thing, but I have a message for you. What I want everyone to do is I want everyone to focus on the nose area of that picture. It's a picture of someone. Definitely you know who that is. I want you to focus on the nose portion of the picture for 1 minute. Focus hard. And once you have focused hard enough, you blink your eyes 3 times and look up on the ceiling and you tell me what you saw. Clearly so, okay? I know roughly you can make out already. I want you to focus on this picture, the nose area for 1 minute, pure focus. After 1 minute, take off your eyes, blink for 3 times, look up on the ceiling and tell me what exactly you saw. Can I have some answers now?
Jesus ആണോ?
Jesus ആണോ? Definitely. Doubt ഉണ്ടോ? Did you see? കണ്ടോ ജീസസിനെ?
കണ്ട്.
Definitely,
No,
very
sir.
good. Can anyone else give me an answer? One more guy or girl?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Was it very
Christ.
clear, crystal clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Was it a color
sir.
picture or a black and white picture?
Black
Black
and
and
white.
white.
Did anyone saw a color picture?
കുറച്ച് കളർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
Who is that?
മിഥുൻ.
Mithun, very good. Mithun says that കുറച്ച് color ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Which area? Can you please be specific on that?
അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞ ലൈക്ക് ആ ഫേസ് ഒക്കെ ഒരു യെല്ലോ കളർ പോലെ.
A tinge of yellow is there. Am I right?
Yeah.
Very, very good, man. Very good. Thanks for that observation. What do you think you have to understand about this activity? It's a very simple activity. You have tried it many times as a kid. What do you think is happening in this activity? Can anyone tell me that?
Keen observation.
Keen observation. Very good. Anything else? Can anyone give me an answer? Keen observation is right.
Focus.
Sorry, it was not clear. Concentration, focus. These are the words I heard. Very good. Let me ask you one simple question. You can answer that better. Jesus in the picture, Jesus in the outline illade, just nose matram, will you be able to identify Jesus Christ? What do you think?
No, sir.
It's impossible, right? It's
Yes.
impossible. So what is happening here is your brain is visualizing the larger picture since you are given a clear outline of a face. Unless and otherwise there is a clarity on the face, no matter how much you concentrate, no matter how much you focus, you won't be able to see the end objective. You need to have a clear, structured outline. Same way with any presentation. No matter how much concepts you have, no matter how good English you have, no matter how beautifully you present it, unless and otherwise you have an outline, a broader structure of what you're going to do with the presentation, you will never be able to convey the message. And believe me, if you want to become an entrepreneur, HR, finance, marketing, production, process, IT, any MBA stream, without presentation, you can't move forward. Any presentation has three aspects. The first aspect is the planning phase. The second aspect is the performance phase. And the last aspect is the reflection. So we have three phases in any presentation. First comes the planning part. Second comes the performance. In presentation, you are a performer. You're supposed to be an edutainer. You want to entertain the people. At the same time, you have to make them think. That is why it is called the performing phase. And the last is you have to reflect it. So under the planning phase, there are three elements which you have to focus. I want everyone to keenly follow this part. Because in your MBA, I can promise you, you will be at least doing 100+ presentations. And the moment you enter a job, every day, every professional will be doing one presentation at least. At least one presentation. Whether you are an HR, whether you're a marketing person, whether you're into finance, you have to do at least one presentation. So in the planning phase, it is three things. The first thing is how confident you are about your dress code and your look. It is very important. Many people take your dressing, your grooming lightly. That is a very wrong way to do. If you post a picture of yours in Facebook, just imagine this is a scenario. Immediately, the moment you posted the picture, somebody whom you don't even know puts a comment. Wow, awesome. Macha pulichu. This is the comment he's given. Angane oru comment ningal vaichal. Don't you think annatha full dosam ningalde manasil ningal polum ariyade edekkedekku aa comment ingane varuvalle ting ting ting, am I right? And you will get that chill. Wow. You will feel that happiness. Oh, that's good. I'm good. That kind of a feeling. That is the impact of how good you feel about yourself. Ningal oru nalla dress ittittu the moment you walk out for a marriage, maybe your close relatives marriage, നന്നായിട്ട് ഡ്രസ് ഇട്ടിട്ട് പുറത്തോട്ട് ഇറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ അച്ഛൻ കാണുകയാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ അമ്മ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ബ്രദർ കണ്ട ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ്ലി പറയാണ് ഭയങ്കര ബോർ ഡ്രസ് ആണല്ലോ. I can promise you entire day that comment will haunt you. Am I right? But instead നേരെ തിരിച്ചു പറയാണ്, wow, super. ഇത് ശരിക്കും you hit the nails. That gives you the confidence. Same way, when you're presenting something, how professionally you are groomed, how professionally you are dressed, that gives you the confidence to start. The moment you stand in front of a crowd, moment you turn on your laptop, moment the PPT screen is there, and you focus on the crowd, the way they look at you, I can promise you the first eye-catching thing will be your dress, your appearance. So in the planning phase, make sure you do enough effort on appearing as professional as you can. Professionalism increase in the 4 elements. First thing is your facial grooming. Come out with a facial groomed structure which suits you best. ചിലർക്ക് ലൈറ്റ് താടി ആയിരിക്കും നല്ലത്, ചിലർക്ക് ക്ലീൻ ഷേവ് ആയിരിക്കും നല്ലത്, ചിലർക്ക് ഫ്രഞ്ച് ആയിരിക്കും നല്ലത്. It's your choice. For girls, sometimes you have a ponytail, maybe everything backward. Whatever style that you feel brings the best out of you. Pick that style. Pick that style statement. It really helps with your presentation. Second thing is always be professionally groomed when it comes to your nails. This is very important. നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിക്കും ഈ നെയിൽസിന് എന്താണ് പ്രസന്റേഷനിൽ കാര്യം. But let me put it very, very clear. When you go for a presentation in a professional environment, your nails play a very important role. Very important role. ആളുകളുടെ attention അറിയാതെ പോകുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ് your nails. So I want your nails, your body, the cleanliness element. Nails എന്ന് ഞാൻ പറയുമ്പോൾ it's a cleanliness element. Profusely sweaty ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട്, you don't have a handkerchief with you. I've seen a lot of presentations. Presentation start team, they start sweating like anything, and most of the time they will be like, oh. You never have a handkerchief with you. You need to be maintained. Many people, especially guys I have seen, they go for a presentation without wearing a banian inside. That will lead to profuse sweating, and you look so kind of shabby. You understand what I'm trying to say? Don't allow that to happen. So by professionalism, I mean the outward appearance. Pick an appearance, plan an appearance which suits you, which you are confident about. That is the first thing when it comes to planning. Second thing is, you have your presentation, whether it is a PPT, you make sure your PPT is compatible with the system. Make sure if you're bringing in any videos, make sure the audio of the video is supporting. You do a trial. That is very important, because I've seen many students who come with presentations. Many students I know, one second, I think someone is showing up for admitting. Good. Many students who come up for the presentation, they'll have the PPT, they'll plug in the PPT, and the moment the PPT come out, maybe it is an old version. It is not compatible with that particular laptop. Maybe when they play the video, the sounds don't come. They are completely nervous, confused, they don't know what to do. Maybe when they play the PPT, due to the screen ratio difference, some of the letters overlap each other. These things should be avoided. Make sure as the planning phase, you do a trial. You have the PowerPoint, you play it and see it on that particular system and the particular venue, and make sure it is done. For example, if you're going to another college for a management competition, go to the college officials and tell them, I want to play this presentation and see how it is working. You have the opportunity. Go there, do it, present 2 slides, get a view of it, get a feel of it, play your video, play your highlights, make sure the sound, everything is fine. It gives you the confidence. So that is the second element. Third element is the most important. In every presentation, make sure you do your research on your audience. Many students don't do that. You have to know your audience, whether they are between the age of 30 and 40, whether they are above the age of 40. Maybe above the age of 40, you have to bring in examples of Mohanlal and Mammootty. Above the age of 20 or 30, you have to bring in more of Fahad Fazil and Dulquer Salman. That is what connects with them, am I right? I'm giving you examples. If you're going to a guy's college, a boys only college, the most spiking examples will be that of Messi or Ronaldo. No doubt, no doubt. So you have to plan your examples, plan your key elements of connectivity in your presentation by knowing the audience. Make sure you understand the audience. What type are they? What is their expectation? What are the age category? Are they senior officials? Are they lecturers and professionals? Are they your same age group, same MBA background? You have to make sure you do a research on your audience and then control your presentation accordingly. That is the third phase of planning. And the fourth phase is always in a presentation include stories. This is something which many people forget. Even if it is a financial facts-based, figure-based presentation, bring in stories. Bring in stories. Stories really helps you to connect with the audience. This is very important. So in the planning phase, you take care of these aspects. I can guarantee you, you have the right start for the presentation. Now come the performance part. When it comes to performance part in presentation, one big mistake I've seen is you will have a laptop or a desktop and you will have a podium on the stage. Most of the people while presenting either stick close to the laptop or to the podium. They hardly move around the stage. Make sure you move around the stage. I don't say you walk around the stage, but make gentle, subtle movement on the stage. Movement brings in confidence. The moment you move and speak, moment you bring in your hands, moment you move a little bit forward, sideways, it shows the confidence and people really connect with you. Don't be static as a robot. Don't put your hands on the podium and keep speaking on the presentation. Don't keep on looking on the slide and keep on presenting. Never do that. That is the most monotonous way to do a presentation. So when it comes to performing, imagine that you are an actor, you are in the theater, you're giving a show to the people, and movement is very, very important. And when it comes to performing, voice modulation is extremely important. In presentation, make sure you modulate your tone. When you're excited about a point, when you really want that point to hit the audience, make your sound confident. I really mean this, you know. That is the way it comes. You say, I really mean it. It doesn't make an impact. You have to step up the energy there. When you're bringing in things which you want really to hit, when you're bringing up the strong points of your presentation, you have to go on the high pitch, high energy mode. When you're bringing in the story, you have to bring in the emotional side. You have to make them feel that you are not telling the story, you are actually sharing the story. You understand what I'm saying? You're sharing the experience. It should come out. So in performance, bringing that modulation of body language and voice tone is very, very important. Very few people do. I've seen a lot of presentation from start to end, they maintain the same tempo. Their body movements are very limited. Their English will be good. Their content will be good, but they don't have the energy variation. Don't fall for that. That is very important. And in performance, the next most important thing, bring in visual aid. In every presentation, include graphs, include infographics, include video visuals. This is very important. Otherwise, your presentation doesn't look appealing. I want to ask you one thing. You all are Facebook users, am I right? You all use Facebook. Do you have a clue why Facebook have chosen blue color as their logo color? Do you have any clue about that? Can anyone give me an answer? Why do you think Facebook has selected blue color over the rest of the million colors you have? Do you think it's an emotional selection? It's a random selection? Can I have some answers? Let it be wrong. You can come up with answers. No issues.
Blue color is most common color. Sky blue, sea blue.
Very good. Blue color is most. Sure, tell me.
The Zuckerberg is colorblind, so.
Colorblind, definitely, but what does it have to do with blue color?
It's the most dominant color.
It's the most dominant color. You're almost there. You're almost there. Any other reasons? Can anyone come up with an answer?
Normally whole blue sky.
Can you repeat it?
Earth full blue.
Okay. Okay.
Facebook Earth full
Definitely. Definitely. Very good. I respect that. You an answer, but a simple technological reason. Whatever you are trying to put in is the answer actually. Can I have one more answer?
The richest color.
Richest color. Okay, I'll give the answer. Namada study pragaram, world in a study pragaram, blue is one color which is equally appealing to all demographies. In the sense, world in a survey more than 90% of the people won't say a bad about blue color. Either blue color they won't. Black color they do. Red color they do. Even white some people do. But blue color is the most neutral, pleasantly feeling conveying color. And that is the one reason they have gone. Because Facebook, whenever you get into that page, you have that blue tinge following up. It doesn't, because they want you to spend more time on it. It is not like Facebook, 2 minutes use and 3 minutes. They want audience to be glued onto it. So, attention, irritate cheyade, strain cheyipikade, maintain cheyan kadiyunna color aayitana blue color ne kandupichirikkunnathu. So, nammal eppoഴും വിചാരിക്കും ഒരു blue color, what is there in choosing a color? No big deal, you can choose any color. Just നമുക്ക് കാഴ്ചയിൽ തോന്നുന്ന color എടുത്താൽ പോരെ. No, there is being researches happening on it. ഞാനിത് പറയാൻ കാരണം, when in presentation, when you're bringing in videos, when you're bringing in graphs, when you're bringing in pie chart, the colors you choose to depict stats is very important. It's very important. Our colors convey a sense of energy. Our visuals sense a sense of energy. So always in a presentation, don't randomly select graphs. Don't just put graphs in black and white. Bring in color combinations. Make it a pleasant experience. Make sure that the flow of energy is established. So visual aid is very important. Logata studies പറയുന്നത് 65% of the people are visual learners. 65% of the people, the world population. So if you're presenting a presentation without visual aid, you're not appealing to 65% of the people. You get my point, I hope. This is very, very important. So I've covered the performance element where you have to focus on. And in one aspect more of performance element. Nammal presentation നടത്തുമ്പോൾ, make sure you repeat your concepts at regular interval. കാരണം നിങ്ങളൊരു presentation നടത്തുമ്പോൾ അതിനൊരു ലക്ഷ്യം ഉണ്ടാവുമല്ലേ? There will be a reason for presentation. It can be any reason, but there will be a reason. Either a financial report ആയിരിക്കും, ഒരു business plan ആയിരിക്കും. It can be a case study. There can be a reason. So in order to reach that reason to the brain of your listeners, make sure at regular intervals, you repeat the agenda of your presentation. I make sure that presentation skill is what is coming up. So I use the word presentation in intervals. Then only it comes to your brain and you can connect with it. So always remember, whenever you're doing a presentation, your crux of the presentation has to be repeated at regular intervals. So these are the elements you have to focus on, the performance element. And then comes the reflection, the last part. This is something which nobody does. You can't improve unless and otherwise you reflect yourself. You can't improve. Reflection happens after the presentation. After the presentation, there is Q&A session. You take the questions, you answer the question. After that, you walk back to your seat and thereon starts the reflection. Always ask yourself, where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? What was my high point of the presentation? These three questions are very valid. After each and every presentation, etra simple presentation aikote, ask the three questions. What is my high point? What is my low point? Or where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? And what was my strongest point? Where I got the maximum attention? Was it visual aid? Was it the story I conveyed? Was it the conclusion? Was it the introductory flair I had? What was your high point? These three questions in every presentation, if you can come up with answers, it will help you build your presentation. So this is the flow I want everyone to maintain. You have to plan it. Planning happens before the presentation. Performance happens when you present it. Reflection happens after the presentation. And the last element of a presentation is handling the Q&A part. Yesterday in college, I was judging the business plan competition. There were close to 10 colleges in the final round. And there was a CMS, there was Rajagiri, there was Bhavan's Royals College, there was all the college, McFest, Median, all the colleges were participating in that. It was for the second year students. So they were participating and I was the judge. And one student asked me after the presentation, there was Q&A, it's 10 minutes presentation, 7 minutes Q&A. So after the Q&A, the student asked me, sir, how do you judge me? Whether it is based on my presentation or whether it is based on my answering ability, which you give more weightage? That is a very interesting question. I can give you one answer. It is very important. നമ്മുടെ ബ്രെയിൻ ഒരു പ്രത്യേകതയുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ ബ്രെയിൻ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഓർക്കുക ലാസ്റ്റ് ഇൻസിഡന്റ് ആയിരിക്കും, ലാസ്റ്റ് ഇമ്പാക്റ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും. So always remember, Q&A is going to be the last part of your presentation. If you don't showcase the right energy in Q&A, definitely your score will be hit, no doubt. In Q&A, it's not about answering all the questions. It's about your energy and your ability to attempt to say an answer. Whether you are genuinely making an attempt to say an answer. Q&A, what I see is, when we pose a question, the students don't bother answering. They'll be just like, that's it. They don't even make an attempt to answer. Always in Q&A, focus on three things. One is, if you don't know the answer, feel free to admit it. You right away say that, sir, That's an interesting question, but unfortunately, I don't have a clear answer to it. Don't stop there. Don't stop there. Always carry on and ask, sir, it will be kind of you if you can enlighten me on that answer, because I want to enrich myself on that answer. Not any of the students do that. Q&A, or a question is asked, you don't know the answer. Some people will stand blunt. Some people will say, I don't know. But nobody says, sir, unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question, but I'd be more than happy if you can give me the answer for future references. If you can come up with that, it shows you're on the lookout for improvement. So that is the first aspect of Q&A. Second aspect of Q&A is there are hijackers. Have you heard the term hijackers? Definitely, am I right? Hijackers no vara aarumalla, question choikkan vendi matram irikkunna chela aalkarundu. There will be people in the crowd who just want to ask questions. Anganeyullavare you want to take into control. Anganeyullavare how will you take into control? Can I get some answers? Ningale chodyam chodikkan vendi thanne oral irikkana. How will you control him or her? Can anyone give me an answer? Can anyone give me a suggestion? You're doing a presentation. There is some person in the crowd who has just come to keep on bombarding questions at you. How will you control such a person?
തിരിച്ചും ചോദ്യം ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കും, എന്ത് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അതിനെ പറ്റിയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം ചോദിക്കാം.
How will you control that? I get the point, but എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും അങ്ങനെ ഒരാളെ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യുക? കാരണം if you give space to him, you will keep on asking questions. Believe me, he will make your day a bad day. How will you control him? How will you take him to your side? പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
Give right answer.
Sorry, your voice is like kind of feeble. Can you repeat it?
Give right answer.
Give right answer. Very good. That's a very good way. But there are people who are persistent. Even if you give the right answer, they'll come with a subordinate question. They'll keep on coming up with subsidiary questions.
So we could ask the person to ask questions after the presentation.
Definitely. Q&A session, most of the time, if it is a professional presentation, Q&A will happen towards the end. It is very rare that some people allow the question answer to happen in between. Most of the professional presentation, first part is presentation, the end is the Q&A.
Sir, question ചോദിക്കുന്ന ആളെ ഒരു പ്രസന്റേഷന്റെ പാർട്ടാക്കിയാ പോരെ?
Exactly, man. That is the point. Very, very good point. You have to make him the honor of the presentation. What is your name, guy?
Ajay.
Ajay, very good point, Ajay. That is exactly the point. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ടീച്ചർ ഒരു ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഏറ്റവും ഉഴപ്പനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആ ഉഴപ്പനെ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് make him the class leader. Am I right or wrong? That is the simplest strategy. Am I right? What I used to do is in my college, there will be some guy who is a regular latecomer. Regular latecomer ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ എന്താ ചെയ്യാന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ I'll make sure that I'll make that guy the person to deliver the welcome address. That is as simple as that. Regular ആയിട്ട് ഒരു വെബിനാറിന് ലേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നത്, the only simple way I can change him is make him that person to deliver the welcome address. That is the simplest trick. You know, same way in a presentation, if someone is purposefully trying to bring you down, give him the ownership, make him feel important in the presentation. Give him encouraging statements like, wow, that is a real good question. I really appreciate. May I know your name, please, sir? He says the name. This is a very valid question from your end. Let me try to put an answer to that question. The moment you do that, the guy feel established, the guy feel fulfilled. And 99% of the time, he won't go for the second question. That is sharing the screen, sharing the ownership. That is what we say. So that is the main reason why in awards you have best actor and best supporting actor. Have you ever noticed that? Always you have best actor and best supporting actor. It is to give importance and weightage so that every person feel they are part of a movie. They are giving that importance, sharing the importance. So that is the reason behind giving a piece of action to everyone. So always remember that part. And the third part of Q&A, which is very important, always when questions are asked, take the questions by listening first. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ചെറിയ പ്രശ്നം എന്താണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ some people will ask the question, you don't have the patience to let him complete the question. കാരണം ചോദ്യം തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം, ഇത് ഞാൻ പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ച ചോദ്യമാണ്, ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പൊളിക്കും. You start answering. Don't do that. You listen to the entire question. You make him speak the full question. That shows your patience, your listening skill. And once you have understood the entire question, then go for the answer. And if the question is not clear, make sure you ask that person, could you please elaborate your question? Could you please explain your question? Make sure you do that. So these are the 3 elements when it comes to Q&A. So we had a broad spectrum about presentation. You had a broad spectrum about the phases of presentation, the Q&A part. I hope when you're going for the presentation, you'll be focusing it. So second phase of today's classes, we'll be moving into data analytics, and I'll start off with a presentation. So before starting off the presentation, I want to ask you something. Have anyone already given a presentation in front of a large audience who is listening to me? Have you done that? Anyone listening to me? Have you already given a presentation to a large audience? Can I have some answers? Of the participants who are listening to me, have you given a presentation to a larger audience in your life? No. Have anyone here?
So I've taken part in presentation, but haven't been for a large audience or something. It's just to a certain number of people.
Very good. And I want to ask a subsidiary question to that. What was the biggest challenge you faced in that presentation?
Speaking up in front of everybody, like as a presenter, it was hard because it was my first time of how to do it.
Very good. So it is the anxiety or the nervousness of facing such a large crowd that is a key element. Am I right?
Yes.
Very good. Now I want to ask a question to everyone. നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും മലയാളികളാണോ?
Yes.
Very sure?
Yes.
Good. ഞാനൊരു ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാം. ചോദ്യത്തിന് ഉത്തരം മലയാളത്തിലാണ് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. ഉത്തരം പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ I'll give you $1,000. 1000 രൂപ. Ready?
Okay.
You have to all send your account details to my WhatsApp, okay? Okay, good. But on a serious note, I will give you 1,000 rupees. It's a bet, okay? Question വളരെ സിമ്പിൾ ആണ്. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഫാക്ച്വൽ ആയിട്ട് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് പറയണം. Question ഇതാണ്: നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് മലയാള ഭാഷ സംസാരിച്ച വർഷം, തീയതി, സമയം ആർക്കെങ്കിലും പറയാമോ? Go ahead. Please shoot your answers. 1996 ജനുവരി 8 രാവിലെ 9 മണിക്ക് അല്ലേ? എന്നിട്ട് എന്നോട് പറയണം, സാറേ തെളിയിക്ക്. Am I right?
The day which we were born.
Oh, very good. The day you were born, you came out saying, hi dad. Acha, hello suano. You're just coming out. Okay, good. Any other answers? Be free. You can give any crazy answer. It's your stage. Can anyone give an answer? Seriously, അങ്ങനെ ചോദ്യത്തിന് ഒരു ഫാക്ച്വൽ ആൻസർ പോസിബിൾ ആണോ?
No.
It's very hard, am I right? It's extremely hard. Now is the important point. Listen to me very carefully. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കാൻ അറിയാമോ ഇല്ലയോ?
Yes.
Can anyone explain to me 3 steps or 5 steps or 10 steps in how you learned to speak Malayalam? Is it possible?
Listen.
Is it possible? Stop. Step 1, ഞാൻ രാവിലെ എഴുന്നേറ്റ് ഇങ്ങനെ തുടങ്ങി. Step 2, ഞാൻ എന്റെ പ്രൊനൗൺസിയേഷൻ ഇംപ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്തു. Can anybody do that? Is it possible?
Sir, നമ്മൾ കേട്ടല്ലേ പഠിക്കുന്നത്. By birth you don't get it right.
I'll come to that. Very good point. I'll come to that. Definitely I'll come to that. Very good point. So, ഇനിയാണ് the next part of the question. Very tricky question. നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന് toughest languages in India, like in the world to learn എന്ന് നോക്കണം. Just search it. And I can promise you, one of the language it comes up is Malayalam. You can all go and search.
Malayalam.
Very good.
It's Malayalam.
Definitely. അത്രയും tough ആയിട്ടുള്ള language, how do you think we learn? ആരെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് പറയാമോ? How do you think you learned that? അത്ര tough ആയിട്ടുള്ള language, just like this. How do you learn?
Observation.
By listening to others and observation.
Do you think just by listening to others you'll be able to learn a language? Just by listening, French ആള് സംസാരിക്കുന്ന ദിവസം കേട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ you'll be able to speak French? Just listening alone. It is possible, but do you think just listening alone?
No, sir.
Very good answer. Who was that? Anugerikkunnu. You are almost close to the answer. Can you പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. അനുകരിക്കുന്നു. Can you explain?
ഇപ്പൊ അച്ഛൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അമ്മ എന്ന് നമ്മളോട് പറയത്തില്ലേ?
Exactly.
അപ്പൊ അത് നമ്മള് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കൂ, വിളിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല്ലേ?
You are almost there. You are almost there. Very good answer. Can anybody has a better answer for that?
നമ്മൾ ട്രൈ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും അത് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്.
Very good. Almost coming there. Let me put it even more simple to you. നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് മലയാളത്തിൽ ഉച്ചരിക്കാൻ സാധ്യതയുള്ള വാക്ക് ഏതായിരിക്കും? മെജോറിറ്റി ഓഫ് ആൾക്കാർ
അമ്മ.
ഒരു സംശയം അമ്മയാണ് അല്ലേ? Am I right?
Yes.
Good. ഇനിയാണ് എന്റെ ട്വിസ്റ്റ്. ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു കേട്ടോളണം. എന്റെ മുഖം കൂടെ നോക്കിക്കോളണം, എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ നോക്കിക്കോളണം. നമ്മൾ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഒരു കുഞ്ഞ് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് അമ്മ എന്ന് ഉച്ചരിക്കുമ്പോൾ, അത് സ്വന്തം അമ്മ കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ അമ്മയുടെ മുഖത്തെ എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അമ്മയുടെ എനർജി ലെവൽ എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും?
Happy.
Very happy.
ഹൈപ്പർ ആയിരിക്കും. ജസ്റ്റ് ഹാപ്പി അല്ല, ഷീ വിൽ ബി ലൈക്ക് വാവ്, എന്റെ മോൻ സംസാരിച്ചു അല്ലേ. ഹാപ്പി മാത്രമല്ല, ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും അമ്മ ഓടി ചെന്നിട്ട് അച്ഛനെ അപ്പച്ചനെയൊക്കെ സംസാരിച്ചു. Am I right or wrong?
Right. Yes.
ഇനിയാണ് എന്റെ ട്വിസ്റ്റ്. നമ്മൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് മലയാളം സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു അമ്മ നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് സംസാരിക്കുന്ന മലയാളം കേട്ടിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ അമ്മ നമ്മളോട് ഇങ്ങനെ പറയാണ്, ഇങ്ങനെ മിണ്ടിപ്പോകരുത്. Do you think you will ever try it after that? Impossible. Am I right? അതോടെ ആ കുഞ്ഞിന്റെ സകല കോൺഫിഡൻസും പോവും. ആ കുഞ്ഞ് will never make an attempt to practice. Am I right? So the last part of presentation is നമ്മൾ മലയാളം സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് പഠിക്കാൻ ഒറ്റ കാരണമേ ഉള്ളൂ, അമ്മയുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സൽ എൻകറേജ്മെന്റ്, അൺകണ്ടീഷണൽ എൻകറേജ്മെന്റ്. ഒരു വട്ടം അമ്മ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അമ്മ 1000 വട്ടം നമ്മളോട് പറയും ചിരിച്ചോണ്ട്, ഒന്നുകൂടെ പറ. Am I right? It's that confidence that is giving you to the belief that you are doing something great. Presentation is all about that. നിങ്ങൾ അവിടെ ഒരു ടീമായിട്ട് 60 പേര് 70 പേരുണ്ട്. As MBA students, you have to constantly encourage, constantly pep up yourself, constantly practice the presentation. The combination of encouragement and practice equal to success. If you can do that as a team KBS, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കുക. The moment someone makes a presentation and someone sits in the audience and make a comment like this, just imagine that. Am I right? I hope you saw the expression. ഒരു പുച്ഛഭാവം അല്ലേ? That's it. Your confidence is gone. Your confidence is gone. You cannot push forward. That is where encouragement comes in. So the last facet of encouragement or presentation is the combination of encouragement and practice. Make sure you learn to encourage each other. Make sure you bring in the practice part. It is exceptionally important. Now I'll go to the data analytics part. I hope you can see my screen now. Good. I'm hoping everybody can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good. I think I want to ask a question, simple, plain. What is your understanding of data analytics? Can anybody give me an answer? What do you think, according to you, is data analytics? Or what do you mean by data? Can anyone give me an answer? Data analytics, what is it? What are you talking about?
Inspecting a data.
Can you please repeat it? Sorry.
Analyze the data.
Definitely. ഞാൻ data analytics എന്താണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചപ്പോൾ എന്നോട് പറയാണ് analyze the data. Very good. I respect that.
No, sir. Inspecting or transforming a data.
Inspecting or transforming a data. Very good answer. Any other answer you have? Any other answer, anyone?
ഡാറ്റ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ വാസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കുറെ സംഭവമാണ്. അതിനെ നമ്മൾ അനലൈസ് ചെയ്ത് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ആക്കി മാറ്റും.
Perfect, buddy. Perfect. Data is something which is humongous. Am I right? Humongous. It can be huge quantity. It can be text. It can be numbers. It can be pictures. It can be graphics. It can be anything. Data is everywhere. Everywhere. Whatever you do, it's a data. the moment you do some work on the data, you transform that into meaningful insight. That is called data analytics. That is where the game is. I want to ask you a simple question. How many of you believe that Sprite is your favorite drink? How many of you believe that? Sprite. എനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ഫസി ഡ്രിങ്ക്സിൽ സ്പ്രൈറ്റ് ആണെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്ന എത്ര പേരുണ്ട് ഇവിടെ? ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ how many of you believe Pepsi is your favorite drink? Can I have an answer? In the sense, favorite in the sense you like Pepsi, you know, over other drinks. That's the question.
Yes.
I do the Pepsi stall. What about Coca-Cola? How many of you feel Coca-Cola is like one of my favorite drinks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have at least one person. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കുന്നത്? കാരണം വളരെ സിമ്പിൾ ആണ് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാൻ കാരണം. Really speaking, ഒരു പ്ലെയിൻ ഗ്ലാസ്സിൽ ഞാൻ പെപ്സിയും കോക്കക്കോളയും സെർവ് ചെയ്താൽ, do you think you will be able to identify between the both?
Kind of. Like, you know, Pepsi a little bit more sweet.
But it's a very hard guess, am I right?
Yeah, it's
99%
hard.
it can go wrong, or 50% at least it can go wrong, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
പക്ഷെ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് എന്നിട്ടും ചില ആളുകൾ ഒരു സ്റ്റോറിൽ പോയിട്ട് എനിക്ക് പെപ്സി തന്നെ വേണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു മേടിക്കുന്നത്, എനിക്ക് കൊക്കക്കോള തന്നെ വേണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു മേടിക്കുന്നത്? How is it happening? How do you think it is happening?
ടേസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് പ്രിഫറൻസ് ഡിഫറെന്റ് അല്ലേ, അതുകൊണ്ട്.
Do you think that alone? That is my question. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ആദ്യം ആ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിച്ചത്. 100 വട്ടം ടേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ promise only 50% you will differentiate between Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
സാർ, എനിക്ക് ആദ്യം ഇഷ്ടം പെപ്സി ആയിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ പിന്നെ അത് കൊക്കക്കോള കുടിച്ച് ആ ഒരു ടേസ്റ്റ്, അതായത് മറ്റേ പെപ്സി കുറച്ച് എക്സ്ട്രാ സ്വീറ്റ് ആണ്. അത് കുടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ശരിക്കും നമുക്ക് ആ തൊണ്ടയിൽ ഫീൽ ചെയ്യും സ്വീറ്റ്നസ്. മറ്റേത് അത്രല്ല, ആ ചെറിയൊരു ബിറ്റർനെസിന്റെ ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു ഹിന്റ് അതിലുണ്ട് കൊക്കക്കോള.
No doubt. I agree to the point. Taste factor is a huge factor, no doubt. But sorry?
നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈലായിട്ട് അത് ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ് ഒക്കെ.
Exactly, am I right? Taste is 50% and 50% is all about how much you are influenced by the graphics, the picture, the advertisement, the value of the product, everything. Am I right? The availability of the product, how much more it is pushed to you. All these factors come in. ഞാനത് പറയാൻ കാരണം, നിങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും ലുലുവിൽ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, whenever you are going to Lulu hypermarket, you observe this thing. നിങ്ങൾ സമ്മറിലാണ് പോകുന്നതെങ്കിൽ കയറി ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ the first thing you will see is Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Sprite and every drink. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
No doubt. നിങ്ങൾ rainy season ആണ് പോകുന്നതെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്കൂൾ ഓപ്പണിംഗ് സമയത്താണ് പോകുന്നതെങ്കിൽ the first thing you will see is all the books, the pencil box, the umbrella, everything will be racked up over there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. This is happening based on some kind of customer behavior. ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഓഫർ ഉള്ള ഐറ്റങ്ങളായിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പോൾ ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ചെയ്യുക. നിങ്ങൾ ലുലുവിന്റെ ഹൈപ്പർ മാർക്കറ്റിന്റെ ഓരോ റാക്കിലൂടെയും ജസ്റ്റ് വാക്ക് അറൗണ്ട്. ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ പോകുമ്പോൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക, ഓരോ റാക്കിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ കൂടെ നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഹൈറ്റ്, ഒരു ആവറേജ് ഇന്ത്യന്റെ ഹൈറ്റ് അവർ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന 5.6, 5.8 ആണ്. ഒരു ആവറേജ് ഇന്ത്യൻ മെയിൽ ഹൈറ്റ്, ഫീമെയിൽ ഹൈറ്റ് 5.4, 5.3. നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ലുലുവിന്റെ ഓരോ റാക്കിലും നോക്കിയാൽ ഏറ്റവും ഐ കാച്ചി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ബ്രാൻഡുകൾ ഏകദേശം 5 feet 3 inch to 5 feet 8 inch അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുക. ഒരു സംശയവും വേണ്ട. You go for ആശീർവാദ് ആട്ട, almost all the key brands, ഏത് കീ ബ്രാൻഡ്സ് നോക്കിയാലും നമ്മുടെ ഐ വിഷൻ ആദ്യം ചെല്ലുന്ന സ്പേസിലായിരിക്കും. ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി അലൈൻഡ്, ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി പ്രസന്റഡ്. അത് ലുലുവിൽ മാത്രമല്ല, any supermarket which work with data will do that. Because അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടത് എന്താണ്? By the first look itself, you should gain the trust. So, എന്റെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്, എന്റെ ലേസ് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്, എന്റെ ആശീർവാദ് ആട്ട ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്, എന്റെ മിൽമയുടെ പാൽ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട്. That confidence allows the buyer to explore more. So data analytics is nothing but understanding the mannerisms, your behavior, all the data which you're using and making it into valuable insights to drive the business. Why is data analytics very important? So these are the goals. I'll come to the goals later. The most important digital era we are going, and the word is data. I was covering that. And this is the thing which I want everyone to focus on. This is one thing which I want everyone to focus, this slide. Can you read that slide? Anyone, can you read it for me?
So I can.
Please go ahead.
Do you have any idea how much data is generated in every minute?
So can anyone give me an answer, a vague answer? Do you how much megabyte or terabyte or how much data might be there? Can anyone give me a rough idea?
Sir, we can't say that a lot of data is generated.
Oh, no, that's wrong. You have specific data for that. Don't say that you can't say that. Can anybody give a wild guess? ഈ ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാൻ ഒരു കാരണമുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾ ഇതുവരെ കേൾക്കാത്ത ചില മെട്രിക്സ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോൾ കേൾക്കും നിങ്ങളുടെ ലൈഫിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് ടൈം. Here is the answer for you all. You can read that. If you are getting it, you can read that. Can anyone read that for me? The last line.
So, cut short, we generate over 2.5 quintillion bytes of data each day.
Have you heard about that matrix? Quintillion? Have anyone heard about it?
No.
Exactly the point. It is said that almost 180 million emails, 4.5 million YouTube videos, and almost 18.1 million text messages are being sent each minute. Each minute. Can you believe that? That means 2.5 quintillion bytes of data each day. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന ഭാഷയെ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, if you stack all these data, if you stack all the data one over the other, നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പ്ലൂട്ടോ പ്ലാനറ്റിൽ പോയിട്ട് തിരിച്ചു വരാൻ 9 വട്ടം പറ്റും. Can you believe that? 9 times you can go from Earth to Pluto and come back. That is the size you're talking about. If you stack all these data together, that means data is going to be the real kingmaker. Whether you become an HR, whether you become a professor, whether you become a marketing person, whether you are a finance person, whether you are an operations person, you will be playing with data. You will be absolutely working on data. You will be converting data. You will be presenting data. You will be enhancing data. And that is exactly what is going to happen. Your entire life, you will be focusing on this one word called data. I want everyone to try this thing. But in the scenario, it is not possible. But I want you all to try once this corona thing is over. I want everyone to try this, okay? I hope that everyone have a Facebook account. Am I right? Almost everyone has a Facebook account. I am assuming that it is the right answer. Good. So Facebook all over, definitely you'll be chatting. Am I right? You will be chatting once in a while at least. So I want you to do this. Two friends, I want you to chat like this. Okay, 2 friends. Once the corona thing is over. So the chat one A person is chatting to the B person. Hi, how are you? So B person is saying, I am good. A person is asking, what is the plan for the weekend? B person is saying, Macha, I haven't decided, confused what to do. So A person is saying, Macha, Mammootty's latest movie is released. Let us go for that. So B person is saying, so where will we go? Which theater will go? A person is saying, we'll go to Lulu, PVR. Decided. So the B person will ask, okay, man, Sunday I have something coming up. So let us fix it for Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock show. So the A person will say, Macha, fixed this Sunday, 2 o'clock, Mammootty movie, Lulu PVR. I'll book the tickets. You just make sure you come on time. Ingane A and B chat idal. Take my word, believe me, you can try for yourself. Ingane ningal aarengilum rendu per chat idal. At chatinu shesham ningal online undengil, within 30 minutes to 45 minutes time, either on your message or on your email, you will definitely receive a mail or a message like this. Ingane airikkum a mail allengi message. Engane airikkum ariyamo? Book My Show app has a special offer for you from PVR. If you buy 2 tickets, you will get 1 ticket free. Have anyone experienced that?
Yes.
Students, why I'm saying this is, have you ever imagined why Facebook is paying huge amount of salary to every of its employee? Why or what kind of a job are all the employees of Facebook doing? 85% of the Facebook employees are doing just one job. Can anybody guess what is the job? 85% of the employees in Facebook. Can anybody give me a wild guess? Anyone? Shoot an answer.
Data analytic.
Definitely data analytics തന്നെയാണ്. പക്ഷെ അതിനൊരു സിംപ്ലിഫൈഡ് വേർഡിൽ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് കേട്ടാൽ അത്ഭുതം തോന്നുന്ന ഒരു വാക്കിൽ പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ചോദ്യം. ലേമൻസ് ലാംഗ്വേജിൽ. Students, 85% of the Facebook employees ചെയ്യുന്നത് വേറൊന്നുമല്ല, രാവിലെ മുതൽ വൈകിട്ട് വരെ they keep on reading your chats, your posts, your shares. That's what they do. Believe me, that's what they do. അത് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ അന്തം വിട്ടു പോകും അല്ലേ? You withstand. Oh my God. Facebook is not interested on your petty chats. They use a defined algorithm to read your chats. Our algorithm will find valuable points from your chat using keywords and convert it into meaningful data, meaningful information. And that is how the entire marketing is happening. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഗൂഗിളിൽ റെഗുലർ ആയിട്ട് തുണികളെ പറ്റി ക്ലോത്ത്സിനെ സെർച്ച് ചെയ്താൽ അതിനുശേഷം ഫേസ്ബുക്ക് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ almost all the ads on your Facebook page will be related to clothes, dress, no doubt. Because Facebook employees are constantly monitoring your behavior, your decision-making ability, your choices, the words you use, the key photos you share, the locations you visit maximum. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു വട്ടം മൂന്നാർ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ definitely in regular interval you will keep on getting messages saying Munnar hotels have offers, please check out. You will keep on getting it. It is because Facebook, Google is keeping track on everything you're doing. നിങ്ങൾ നാളെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുമെന്ന് വരെ ഇന്ന് ഗൂഗിളിന് അറിയാം. I believe me, take my word. Most of us നാളെ 10 മണിക്ക് എന്തായിരിക്കും സെർച്ച് ചെയ്യുക എന്ന് ഗൂഗിൾ already knows. That is how brilliantly data analytics is happening. നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ പ്രദീപ് സർ ഒരു വാക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു ലാസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ്. I don't know how many of you remember. He said something like, we have a Moodle setup wherein every minute of late login will be monitored. Every attendance will be monitored. Every active participation will be monitored. Every presentation will be monitored. What he is doing is nothing but data analytics. He's keeping a track on every activity of you students. എത്ര പേരാണ് consistent participants? എത്ര പേരാണ് consistently late comers? എത്ര പേരാണ് consistently actively proactive? So from this data, he can bring out meaningful insights. Based on that, he can ask the teachers to work on the students. For example, ഒരു കുട്ടി ഒട്ടും തന്നെ proactive അല്ലെങ്കിൽ, so Pradeep sir can instruct the mentor to say, teacher, ആ കുട്ടീനെ ഒരു special focus കൊടുക്കണം. She is little bit shy, little bit lacking confidence, so you have to give little more exercise to her. ആ insight എവിടെ നിന്നാണ് കിട്ടുന്നത്? From data. So this is exactly what is happening all around you. Just imagine in a company you're working as an HR. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു HR ആണ്. All of a sudden in the morning your manager calls you and say, today by evening I need 1,000 resumes of people who are skillful in Python programming language. How do you think you will get the data? It is simply through analytics, nothing else. You have to use analytics, search through all the job portals like LinkedIn portals, like Naukri, like Freshers Job, Times Job. You have to culminate the data, you have to filter it out, bring it to your table, and that is how you create 1,000 resumes. In a day, you can't call 1,000 people. Is it possible? No, impossible. But HR രാവിലെ മുതൽ വൈകിട്ട് വരെ 1000 പേരെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് can they collect the resumes? Impossible. You take anything. That is why in COVID, every updates are coming to you. Am I right? Every evening you have a dashboard which says in Kerala, this area is under lockdown. This area is under the high red zone area. This is like the low red zone area. Every information is updated. Why? Because we are being mapped. And this is the next world. And students, I want you to understand this importance of data analytics. We defined what is the data analytic part. And this is one thing I want everyone to understand. There are different types of analytics. I don't think you might have heard about it, but I want everyone to listen to this. The first type of analytics is called descriptive analytics. It just means descriptive analytics is nothing but it explains to you what is happening in your business. Simple ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ബിസിനസ്സിൽ day to day what is happening, who all are coming on the right time, who all are working the right time, who all are delivering the products on right time, what are the payments that is supposed to come. All these things, what is right now happening in your institute is called descriptive analytics. KBS teachers and Pradeep sir, this is what they're doing. They are doing the descriptive analytics of what you're doing. Etra sessions nadannattunda, etra faculties outsource idu vannatunda, etra students have participated, how much of them have posted questions, how much late logins are there. All these things, they are making a descriptive analytics. Once that is done, then comes the next one, which is diagnostic analytics. Diagnostic analytics is coming to the second phase. Once you know what is happening in your company, then you want to know why is it happening? Why are students logging late? Why are students not proactive? Why is this webinar more useful than this webinar? What is the best time to host a webinar? Maybe most of the students are happy to participate in a webinar between 11 and 12, not in from 8 to 9. So you can come to a conclusion. Why? Is it the timing a factor? Is the resource person a factor? So that is called diagnostic analytics. And the next part is called predictive analytics. It is from the first two parts, the first two analytics give you meaningful insights which help you predict what will happen tomorrow. If teachers are doing the right analytics of descriptive and diagnostic, they can predict tomorrow what will be the score of the student. What will be the presentation score of a student from his previous performance, they can predict it. Whether one particular student will be absent tomorrow, a teacher can predict it if she or he does the first two analytics correctly. And this predictive analytics is something big in MBA. If you have the skills to do predictive analytics, I can promise you sky is the limit. Companies like KPMG, EY, PwC, Genpact, Capgemini, Infosys, all these people are looking for candidates who have knowledge of MBA, managerial skills and analytic skills. പല ആൾക്കാരും എന്നോട് ചോദിക്കാറുണ്ട്, സർ ഈ അനലറ്റിക്സ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ടെക്നിക്കൽ അല്ലേ? It has to do with engineering, it has to do with BCA. That is a wrong understanding. Analytics, only we need two tools. There is no need for Python or R in analytics. For managerial analytics, we need only two tools. One is Microsoft Excel, one is Power BI. That's it. If you can learn these two tools, and believe me, as an MBA student, these two tools are unavoidable for you. Unavoidable. Whether you're HR, whether you're marketing, whether you're finance, you have to know it. So for predictive analytics, this is something which is going to be extremely handy. You can predict the future, what is going to happen next, what purchase is going to happen next. This is what Amazon does. When Amazon says, Amazon purchase, when you're purchasing a mobile phone, sale close, Amazon will predict that most of the people along with this mobile phone has bought this cover. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Definitely. Based on their descriptive and diagnostic analysis, Amazon is predicting, seducing you. Come on, this has also been bought by many of the people, so why don't you try it? That is called predictive analytics. Amazon, the Flipkart, the eBay, or the Alibaba, everyone is doing the same thing. And the last analytics part is called the perspective analytics. This is very important. Perspective analytics is what should I do or what should I get from to improve the system. It is how I can improve this working system. That is called perspective analytics. Now we have all the data, we have all the insights. Now what should be done to improve the performance? What are the factors which we should bring in to improve the effectiveness of our class, to improve the result of our class, to improve the engagement of our class? So that combination, the descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and perspective, if we can build these things, this is going to be a key element for modern day MBA students. I want everyone to focus on these four elements. I want you to have a brief understanding. We will go into the details in future sessions, but just now I want to have a brief understanding about this thing. And along with this, I want to have one thing, and then we will go into a Q&A session. This is very important. What are the skills required for data analyst? The first is solid domain understanding. I want to ask you something. Without understanding the larger picture of a business, do you think learning MBA will help you? I want people to answer that. It is impossible, am I right? Without understanding the vision, the overall picture of business, just learning the theory part of MBA will never help you. By domain understanding means you should have a clear understanding of what business you're going to get into, what job you're going to get into, what is the thing you have in hand. For example, if you're Sachin Tendulkar, you should know who is your opponent, who are the strong bowlers, who are the weak bowlers, who are the strong fielders, who are the weak fielders, what kind of target you're going to expect, what are the pitch information you have. Is it a pacey pitch or a spin pitch? Is the ground smooth or high-speed ground, or is it a sluggish ground? You should have an entire understanding about your opponent, the ground, the game, and the stats. That is what we mean by solid domain understanding. Whenever you learn MBA students, I want everyone to relate and learn. When you're learning the concept of SWOT analysis, when you're learning the concept of predictive analysis, or balance sheet, or workflow management, or cash flow analysis, make sure you relate with business. Make sure you relate with the day-to-day practical aspect of a business and learn. Unless and otherwise you do it, MBA won't amount to much for you. So the first skill you need in order to become a great MBA, great analyst, is a solid domain understanding. And the second part, which we need to have, is mathematics and statistics. നമുക്ക് കേൾക്കാൻ ഒട്ടും ആഗ്രഹമില്ലാത്ത രണ്ട് വാക്കുകളാണ്. Dear students, you being an MBA people, you can't skip mathematics and statistics. You should be good. Mathematics doesn't mean you have to know the high-end mathematics, high-end max formula, or what do you call the equations or things like that. No. By mathematics, I mean you should be able to play with numbers. By statistics, I mean you should be able to convert numbers to information. Unless and otherwise you have the numerical skill, you won't be able to shine as a manager. You need to get it. You need to practice on this. The basic efficiency of number, basic understanding of how to manipulate and play with numbers, how to present numbers in an impressive way. This is very, very important. ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളോട് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാം. നിങ്ങൾ ഫ്ലിപ്കാർട്ടിൽ ഒരു സാധനം മേടിക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ്, I am very sure 90% of the students will look into something called feedback score. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Very good. You will go for 4-star and above. Am I right? That is playing with number. ഈ 4-star rating കൊടുത്ത ആരെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് പേഴ്സണൽ ആയിട്ട് അറിയാവുന്നതാണോ?
No.
No.
Never, right? But still, the moment you see that a product has 4-star rating, some kind of confidence comes to you. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That is playing with mathematics. That is playing with stats. Always numbers and stats, a presentation of numbers, create a sense of confidence. Being an HR, being a finance, being a marketing guy, this is very, very important. So make sure you're always basic of maths and statistics are strong. Don't skip on that. And the next element is even more important, the technical skills. And by technical skills, I mean you have to be thorough with PPT, that is the PowerPoint, that is the Excel, that is the Power BI, that is the Microsoft Word. You have to have it. At least these 4 basics: Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Power BI. I want every student to work on it. We will be giving you dedicated training on that, but it is unavoidable. As an MBA person, without these basic 4 skill sets, you can't survive. Make sure you constantly work on it. Even if you acquire the skill, you have to practice on the skill. Daily, you have to practice. You have to keep in touch with the skills. Otherwise, you will lose the flow. And the last element, which I want to focus on, is the soft skills part. I want every student to practice on your body language, your communication skill, your presentation skill, your ability to convince people, your eye contact. It is very important. Why do you think I'm saying you have to say your name before giving an answer? It is just to gauge your confidence. When someone is spitting out their name and then coming up with an answer, that means that person is taking the ownership of it. Am I right or wrong? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുക? ഒരു കാഷ്വൽ കമന്റ് പോലെ ആയിപ്പോ അല്ലേ? അതിനിടയ്ക്ക് കൂട്ടത്തിൽ 5 പേര് പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാനും പറഞ്ഞു. അതിന് പകരം, sir, I am Vishnu speaking, I have an answer. That means you are taking the ownership. You're imposing your presence. You're saying that I'm very confident about my answer, so I am here. So soft skill means it is not just your communication. It shows your confidence, it shows your eye contact, it shows your ability to influence, and most importantly, it's your energy. People, the most important thing you have to have in your life is energy. Energy is something which is going to flow from you to everyone around you. And that is going to create such an impact. So these elements, I wanted to touch on the basics of data analytics. There are a lot of in-depth analytics which we have to go on to, which will be going on in future classes. So I want the last 5 minutes, if you have any questions to pose, feel free to pose a question. If anybody has a question, you can pose, and then we will close for it. Any questions you have regarding the analytics part or the presentation part? Do you have any questions to put forward? I hope either you understood everything or you didn't understand a single word. Am I right? Good. Whichever it is, I'm assuming it's very good for you all. So I want to conclude this class by giving a statement, okay? It's very important. I want every student from today onwards, at least today onwards, make it a point to learn about one new thing every day. I've said it before. Why I'm saying it again today is, unless and otherwise as an MBA student, you keep yourself updated, you will be thrown out of the industry. You will be thrown out of the industry. Make sure you read. Please develop a sense to read. Please develop a sense to watch. Please develop a sense to observe things around you. Please ask questions that is coming to you. Be always intuitive. Always ask the question, why do you think sir said that example? Why do you think sir gave that example? Why do you think he brought up that presentation? Why is the class scheduled at 11 o'clock? All these are silly questions, but always ask the question. I can promise you, it will help you build the perspective. Always read whatever comes to you, whether it is through your smartphone, whether it is through your newspaper, whether it is through your factual books, whether it is your fictional book. Make it a habit to read something new. Get exposed to new concepts, be it related to business, be it related to pleasure, be it related to your hobby. Be exposed to new concepts every day. And that is one thing which will help you broaden your perspective, and that is one thing which will help you become successful. So thank you, students, for your valuable time. Once again, thanks to KBS for the opportunity. Stay safe, and I hope Onam vacations will be starting, and I want to wish a happy and prosperous Onam to everyone. God bless you all. Love you all. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Happy Onam.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Onam.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.